Hello students, welcome to the fourth video of trigonometry. In this video we will solve exercise 6a second Roman questions. Okay, I have solved few questions from 6a second Roman in the previous videos also because the concepts were same. Okay, so let us solve this. Cos pi minus a multiplied by cot pi by 2 plus a cos minus a divided by tan pi plus a tan 3 pi by 2 plus a sin 2 pi minus a. Okay, and we have studied this in the previous videos, right? All silver teacups. Okay, and value will change, trigonometric ratio will change at 90 and 270 degrees, sin will change to cos, cos will change to sin, and so on. And at 0, 180 and 360 the trigonometric ratios will not change. And we have also studied this: sin minus theta is minus sin theta, cos minus theta is cos theta, tan minus theta is minus tan theta. So with all that knowledge, let us go ahead and solve second Roman of 6a exercise of intermediate. Okay, now cos pi minus a, see pi is 180, right? So what will be cos 180 minus a? At 180, do you think the ratio will change? There is no change in the ratio. So cos will remain cos. So this is cos A. Alright. 180 minus A. 180 minus A will lie in the second quadrant, which means cos will be negative. So this is minus cos A. So this cos pi minus A is minus cos A multiplied by cot pi by 2 plus A. Now cot pi by 2 plus a, that is cot 90 plus a, right? At 90 the value will change, the ratio will change, so cot will become tan, so it will be tan a. Now 90 plus theta, this is 90 plus theta will lie in the second quadrant, and cot is negative, so this will be minus tan a. So this is minus tan a multiplied by cos minus a. See, cos minus theta is cos theta, so we can write this as cos a. Okay, whole divided by tan pi plus a now. Okay, that is tan 180 plus a. At 180 there is no change, so tan will remain tan, so this will be tan a. 180 plus, see 180 is here, plus 180 plus a is in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant tan is positive. So tan pi plus a is in fact equal to tan a. Alright. Tan 3 pi by 2 plus a. See, 3 pi by 2. Pi by 2 is 90. So it is 3 into 90, 270. So this will be tan 270 plus a. At 270 the value will change, the ratio will change, right? So tan will become cot, so this is cot a. What about the sign? 270 plus a will lie in the fourth quadrant, and tan is negative, so we'll have minus cot a. So this is minus cot a multiplied by now sin 2 pi minus a. See, I explained you in one of the previous videos, if we have 360 degrees plus here theta, we can cancel this because 0 degrees and 360 degrees is one and the same, right? See, this is 90 from here to here, 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270, 270 to again 360. So 0 and 360 is same. So we can just remove this. Okay, we can write this as sin plus theta or sin theta. What if we have 360 minus theta? Can we remove this 360? Yes. Instead we can write it as sin minus theta here. Okay, this trick will come very handy. Okay, if you are having greater angles. Okay, now we have sin 2 pi. 2 pi is 360. 360 minus a. So if you remove this 360, what is left? Sin minus a will be left, right? And what is sin minus theta? It is minus sin theta, so this will become minus sin a. So this is minus sin a. Okay. Now normal simplification. See, this is minus, minus, it will become plus. So let us remove that. minus minus, it will become plus. So let us remove that also. Okay, everything is positive now, right? Can we cancel tan A and tan A? Yes, we can cancel. Okay, now we have cos and cos. So this is cos A multiplied by cos A divided by cot A multiplied by sin A. Cot A is cos divided by sin multiplied by sin is sin A. So sin will get cancelled, one cos will get cancelled. So the answer is cos A. Okay, actually this is prove that this whole thing is cos A. I did not write the complete question. Okay, we need to prove that this numerator divided by denominator is equal to cos A. We got cos A. Okay, I hope this explanation is clear. Okay, let us do the second bit. Sin 3 pi minus A cos A minus pi by 2 tan 3 pi by 2 minus A. Okay, alright, we have this. We should prove that this is equal to cos power 4A. Okay, cos raised to the power 4. See, how can we write this sin 3 pi minus A? Listen carefully, this trick will come very handy for you. Sin 3 pi minus A, we can write it as 2 pi plus pi minus A. 3 pi is same as 2 pi plus pi. And what is 2 pi? 2 pi is 360 degrees. Pi is 180, so 2 pi will be 360. So we can delete this, right? So we can write sin pi minus A. Okay, what is sin pi minus A? 180 minus A, right? So what is 180 minus A? Okay, so at 180 there is no change, so sin will remain sin, so it will be sin A. And 180 minus A is in the second quadrant. In second quadrant sin is positive, so this will be positive sin A. So this whole part, sin 3 pi minus A is plus sin A. Okay, see how we got rid of this. We wrote 3 pi as 2 pi plus pi. 2 pi plus pi is 3 pi only, right? And this 2 pi is 360 degrees. 360 degrees and 0 degrees are same, right? So we can delete that. Okay, alright. What about this one? Okay. See here, we have cos A minus 90. Pi by 2 is 90, right? So if you reverse this, if you write minus common, if you take minus common, it will be 90 minus A. Okay, see, this is like cos minus theta. What is cos minus theta? It is cos theta, right? So if you want to write this outside, it will be plus. So this is still cos 90 minus theta only. Okay, you write cos A minus pi by 2 or you write cos pi by 2 minus A, it will be same, because cos minus theta is equal to cos theta. Okay, now we know how to write this cos 90 minus A. At 90 the ratio will change. Okay, cos will become sin, and 90 minus A is in the first quadrant, so every ratio is positive in that. So we'll have plus sin A here. So this is sin A. Okay, sin A, this is also sin A. What about tan 3 pi by 2 minus A? 3 pi by 2 is 270, because pi by 2 is 90, 3 into 90 is 270, right? So we'll have 270 minus A. At 270 the ratio will change. Tan will become cot, so this is cot A. Alright, what about the sign now? 270 is here, minus A. 270 minus A, right? So it will fall in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, tan is positive. Okay, so we'll have cot A. So this part is cot A plus cot A in fact. Okay, divided by, let us simplify this. Okay, see, cosecant 13 pi by 2. Cosecant 13 pi by 2 plus A. Alright, now see, 13 multiplied by 90, you can do that. Okay, because pi by 2 is 90 degrees. So 13 into 90 plus A, but you will get a big number here and it will be a little confusing again. Okay, alright. Now see, in one of my videos I explained you if you write it as n into 90 plus some angle theta, okay, or a, if n is odd, okay, it will change, right? If n is even, it will not change. Here n is odd, okay, we can use that concept. Or see, how can we write 13 pi by 2? Can we write it 12 pi plus pi divided by 2? 12 pi plus pi is how much? 13 pi. Okay, we should check for this. Hence we are given 13 pi. Okay, how can we write 13? 12 plus 1, right? 12 pi plus pi. So this, if you write it separately, it will be 12 pi by 2 plus pi by 2, and plus a is also there, so this will be like this now, right? So this is cosecant. Okay, I hope you understood. 13 we wrote it as 12 pi plus pi divided by 2. Now this is 6 pi. 12 divided by 2 is how much? It is equal to 6. Okay, so this is 6 pi plus pi by 2 plus a. Now 6 pi is equal to how much? 6 times pi, right? Or we can write 3 times 360, like this is 3 into 2 pi. 6 pi is 3 into 2 pi. So 2 pi is how much? It is 360. Okay, see here, pi, 1 pi, right? 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi. 6 pi will be, okay, 0 degrees only, right? So I hope you understood this step. Now see, cosecant 6 pi. Let us write 6 pi as 3 into 2 pi plus pi by 2 plus a will come here, right? This is a multiple of 360, right? 3 into 360. So 3 times 360 will be 0. So we can omit this. So finally we have cosecant pi by 2 plus a. Okay, cosecant pi by 2 plus a. Now pi by 2 is 90 degrees, right? So at 90 degrees the ratio will change. So cosecant will become secant. So this will be secant a. Now pi by 2 plus a will lie in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant cosecant is plus, so this will be plus. So we have secant a here. So this whole part, cosecant 13 pi by 2 plus a, is secant a. Okay, please watch, go back and watch what I have done here. This will be very handy, very useful in solving big angles. Okay, alright. Now secant 3 pi plus a, like how we wrote 3 pi here, let us write it in the same way. We'll write it 2 pi plus pi plus a. 3 pi we are writing it as 2 pi plus pi, so that we can cancel this, because 2 pi is 360, right? Okay, we have 180 plus a. Pi we wrote it as 180 degrees. Okay, secant 180, so at 180 there is no change, so secant will remain secant, so this will be secant plus a only. So but 180 plus a will lie in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant secant is negative, so this will be minus secant a multiplied by cot, see, cot a minus pi by 2. So if you want to reverse it and write cot pi by 2 minus a, and minus will be common, right? So that minus we can write it outside, because tan minus theta is minus tan theta. The reciprocal will be cot minus theta is equal to minus cot theta. Okay, see, cot minus theta will be minus cot theta. Okay, so we have minus cot pi by 2 minus a. We change this, so the signs will change, right? Okay, cot 90 minus theta. Cot 90 minus theta is tan theta, right? So it is minus tan theta. 90 minus theta will lie in the first quadrant, and every ratio is positive there, right? Okay, so finally we have written this. We should prove that this is equal to cosecant power 4 theta. Now see, in show that, prove that problems in trigonometry, we should always check what is needed. After doing first step, check what is needed. After doing the second step, what is needed. Okay, like that. Now how can we derive cos 4a here? How can we get cos power 4a? See, minus into minus will become plus, so this will make no sense now. Let us remove those minus signs. Sine, and we have cot. Let us slowly simplify. Sine, and cot is cos by sine. Okay, whole divided by secant is 1 by cos. Okay, and we have 1 by cos because secant is 1 by cos, and tan is sine by cos. Sine by cos. Okay, can we cancel one sine? Yes. So what is remaining now? We have sine multiplied by cos, and this big division will become multiplication, and this will become reciprocal, right? We have cos cube a in the denominator, so this will come to the numerator, cos cube a, and this sine a is in the numerator, it will come in the denominator. Okay, it will be reciprocal, right? So sine will get cancelled. We have cos a, cos cube a, cos power 4a. So cos power 4a. We needed to prove that. Okay. I hope this is clear. Okay, we have an interesting question. See the trick how we are going to solve it. Sine 780 multiplied by sine 480 plus cos 240 multiplied by cos 300 is equal to 1 by 2. We should prove that this is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. So we have 780. Okay, can we write this as a multiple of 360 so that we can cancel, because 0 and 360 will remain same, right? Is same. So sine 780 we can write it as 270 plus 60, right? Sine 270 plus 60. This 720 is 2 times 360, right? 1 time 360, 2 times 360 will still be 0 only, right? So we can remove this. So this is sine 60. So here we have sine 60 multiplied by sine 480. Sine 480. So this will be sine 360 plus 120. Sine 360 plus 120, and we can cancel this 360 and write it as sine 120, right? What is sine 120 again? It is 90 plus 30. Okay, at 90 the ratio will change, so sine will change to cos. I hope this is visible. So I will write here sine 120. We can write it as sine 90 plus 30. Sine 90, at 90 the ratio will change, so sine will become cos, so this will be cos 30, and 90 plus 30 will lie in the second quadrant, so this will be positive. So we have cos 30 plus 240. How can we write 240? Okay, see here, we can write as 180 plus 60, right? Cos 180 plus 60, or we can also write 360 minus 120 also. Okay, even this will work. Let us check. See, both values should give us the same, right? Same result. So cos 180 plus 60. At 180 there is no change, so cos will remain cos, so this is cos 60. Okay, 180 plus theta will lie in the third quadrant, so this will be negative. Okay, we need minus cos 60 using this also, right? Alright. So what is minus cos 60? It is minus 1 by 2. Right? Let us check. Cos 360 minus, see, we can cancel this and write it as cos minus 120. But cos minus 120 is same as cos 20. Cos minus theta is same as cos theta, right? Okay. So how can we write cos 120 now? It is 90 plus 30. Okay. Cos 90. So at 90 the ratio will change. Cos will become sine 30. But cos, see, 90 plus 30 is in the second quadrant and cos is negative, so this will be minus sine 30. Minus sine 30 is same as minus 1 by 2. So you do it any way you like, whichever is easy you do that, will have the same result. So this is, let us write minus 1 by 2. Okay, let us write the values here. See, sine 60 and cos 30, we know the values, right? Sine 60 is root 3 by 2, cos 30 is also root 3 by 2. Okay, multiplied by, we need to write this cos 300. How should we simplify cos 300? Let us use this trick. See, 360 minus 60, right? Okay, we can cancel this and write this as cos minus 60 or cos 60. Okay, cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now root 3 is 3, 2 2s is 4. Okay, plus into minus minus 1 by 4, 2 2s are 4. So this will be 3 minus 1 by 4, 2 by 4, this will be equal to 1 by 2. We needed to prove 1 by 2, right? I hope this is clear. Okay, sine 150 degrees minus 5 cos 300 plus 7 tan 225 divided by tan 135 plus 3 sine 210 is equal to minus 2. We should prove that this whole thing is equal to minus 2. Let us solve this one by one. Okay, sine 150. How can we write sine 150? Sine 150 degrees, sine 90 plus 60, right? If you know the values, you can substitute it directly. Sine 90 plus 60. At 90, sine will change to cos. So this is cos 60 degrees. 90 plus theta is in the second, so this will be plus only, right? So this is plus 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2 minus 5. Let us find cos 300. See, cos 300, you can write it as cos 360 minus 60. So you can remove this 360 and it will be cos minus 60 or cos 60. Okay, cos 60 is 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2 plus 7 multiplied by tan 225. Okay, let us find out what is tan 225. Tan 225 is same as tan 180 plus 45. Okay, at 180 there is no change in the ratio, so tan will remain tan, so it will be tan 45. 180 plus theta is in the third quadrant, right? 180 plus 45 will lie in the third quadrant. So in third quadrant tan is positive, so this will be positive. Tan 45 is 1, so this is plus 1. Okay, this is 1 divided by tan 135. Tan 135 is tan 90 plus 45. At 90 the ratios will change, tan will become cot, so this will be cot 45. 90 plus 45 will lie in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant tan is negative, so this will be negative minus cot 45, so this will be minus 1. So this is minus 1 plus 3 sine 210. What is sine 210? We can write it as sine 180 degrees plus 30 degrees. Okay, at 180 there is no change, right? So sine will remain sine, so this will be sine 30. 180 plus theta. Okay, so this will be sine will be negative in the third quadrant, so this will be minus sine 30. So this is minus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is minus 1 by 2. Now let us simplify. We should get minus 2, right? 4 minus 2 plus 7, 5, 10, yes. So let us simplify 1 by 2 minus, see 5 1 is a 5 by 2 plus 7. If you simplify this, 1 by 2 minus 5 by 2, this will be minus 4 by 2. Minus 4 by 2 is minus 2, right? So let us write minus 2 here divided by this one denominator minus 1 plus into minus 3 by 2. So minus 1 we can write it as minus 1 by 1. So this will be 2 minus 3 minus 5 by 2. Okay, this is minus 5 by 2, and in the numerator minus 2 plus 7 is plus 5, right? So this is 5, this big denominator will become multiplication, it will become 2 by 5 with minus sign, right? So this will get cancelled, we'll have minus 2. Alright, so the result is minus 2. We have an important question now. Cot pi by 20, cot 3 pi by 20, cot 5 pi by 20, cot 7 pi by 20, cot 9 pi by 20 is equal to 1. We should prove that this is equal to 1. Okay, see pi by 20, pi is 120 divided by, pi is 180 divided by 20 is 9, right? So this will be cot 9 multiplied by cot 3 into 9. This is 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 20. Pi by 20 is 9, right? So 3 into 9 will be 27. So this is cot 27 multiplied by cot 5 into 9, 45. Cot 7 into 9, 63, right? 7 9 the 63. Finally we have cot 9 into 9, 81. We should prove that this is equal to 1. Okay. Now in the 10th standard we have a similar problem. See, these two are complementary angles, right? 9 and 81 are complementary. If we add, we'll get 90 degrees. Okay. So let us write these complementary angles together. And 27 and 63 are also complementary, right? So let us write it together. Cot 9 multiplied by cot 81 multiplied by cot 27, cot 63, and finally we have cot 45. Cot 45 is equal to 1, right? Multiplied by 1. So we can remove that because it is multiplication only, right? Okay. Now see here. If we want to write 81, how can we write 81? 81 we can write it as 90 minus 9. Okay. Or if you want to change 9, we can write it as 90 minus 81. See, if you want to write 9, if you want to change 9, 90 minus 81 we can do. Okay. Or we can write 81 as 90 minus 9. Okay, let us change 81. Okay. So this will be cot 9 multiplied by cot 81 is 90 minus 9 multiplied by, see, let us change 63 here. 27 and 63 will give us 90 degrees, right? So 63 will be equal to 90 minus 27. So this is cot 27 multiplied by cot 63. It is cot 90 minus 27. Okay. I hope this is clear. Let me rub this part. Okay. See, this is cot 9. Cot 90 minus theta is tan theta. So this will be tan 9 multiplied by cot 27. Cot 90 minus theta will be tan. So this will be tan 27. These two are reciprocal functions, right? So cot we can write it as 1 by tan multiplied by tan. So this will get cancelled, right? It will be equal to 1, or we can directly write it as 1. So cot 1 by 27 tan 27, right? So this is 1 1 is 1. So we got 1. Okay. Let us solve this problem now. Simplify sine minus 11 pi by 3. Okay. Tan 35 pi by 6 secant minus 7 pi by 3. Okay. Now sine, see, sine minus theta is minus sine theta. So we can write it as minus 11 pi by 3. Now how can we write 11 pi by 3? See, can we write 11 as 12 pi minus pi by 3? This will be 11 pi by 3 only, right? 12 pi minus pi by 3. Okay. So 11 pi we are writing it as 12 pi minus pi by 3. Okay. If you write it separately, it will be 12 pi by 3 minus pi by 3. Okay. Now if you cancel this, this will be 4 pi. Sine 4 pi minus pi by 3 with minus sign, right? 4 pi is 2 into 360, right? See, 1 pi, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will still be 360. So we can remove this. Okay. So see, this will be 4 into 180, or it will be 720, right? 720 minus pi by 3. So we can remove this pi by 4. Okay. So this will be minus sine minus pi by 3. Again, sine minus theta is sine theta, right? So this minus will come outside. This will become minus of minus plus sine pi by 3. Okay, pi by 3 is 60. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So this whole part will be root 3 by 2. Okay, 180 by 3 is 60. So this will be root 3 by 2 multiplied by, let us simplify, tan 35 by 6. How can we write 35 by 6 now? See, 35 pi, let us write it as 36 pi minus pi divided by 6. 35 pi by 6 is 36 pi minus pi by 6. Because 36 and 6 will get cancelled, right, if you write it separately like this. Okay. So what do we have? Tan 36 pi by 6 minus pi by 6. So if you remove this, this will be 6 pi if you cancel that, right? So 6 pi you can write it as 3 into 2 pi minus pi by 6. So this we can cancel, right? It is a multiple of 3. It will be 363 times. So you have minus, see, tan minus theta is minus tan theta. So this is minus tan pi by 6. Pi by 6 is 30 degrees, right? Okay. 30 is, tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Okay. So this is minus 1 by root 3. Let us simplify secant minus 7 pi by 3. Okay. What is secant minus? Secant minus theta. See, we know cos minus theta is cos theta. The reciprocal of this is secant minus theta. This will also be secant theta. So we can write secant minus 7 pi by 3 as secant 7 pi by 3. Okay. Of course, now 7 pi by 3 we will write it as 6 pi plus pi by 3. Okay. So this will be 6 pi by 3 plus pi by 3. Okay. So if you cancel this, this will be 2 pi. So this is 2 pi plus pi by 3. 2 pi will be 360 only, right? So we can write it, we can remove this secant pi by 3. What is secant pi by 3? It is secant 60 degrees. Okay. What is secant 60? Reciprocal of cos 60. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Right? Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So secant 60 will be 2 by 1, which will be equal to 2. So this whole part is equal to 2 now, right? Okay. Divided by, let us simplify the denominator. Cot 5 pi by 4. Cot 5 pi by 4. See, you should get a hint now. 5 pi, how can we write? 4 pi by 4 plus pi by 4, right? So 4 will get cancelled. Cot pi plus pi by 4 will come here. Okay, this is 180, right? So this is 180. Cot 180. Okay, at 180 there is no change. So cot will remain cot. So this is cot pi by 4, and 180 plus theta, 180 plus pi by 4 will lie in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant cot is positive. So this will be positive. Cot pi by 4. Pi by 4 is 45 degrees. Cot 45 is 1. So this is 1 multiplied by secant 7 pi by 4. Now how should we write 7 pi by 4? Sorry, cosecant. I told secant, right? So this is 7 pi by 4. So this is cosecant 8 pi minus pi by 4. So whole divided by 4. If you write it separately, it will be like this. Okay. So we'll have cosecant 2 pi minus pi by 4. This 2 pi is how much? 360. We can cancel that and write it as cosecant minus pi by 4. Okay. So cosecant minus theta. See, sine minus theta is minus sine theta. The reciprocal of this cosecant minus theta will be minus cosecant theta. So this will be minus cosecant pi by 4. Pi by 4 is 45 degrees. Cosecant 45 is root 2. So this is minus root 2 multiplied by, let us simplify, 7 pi by 6. Cos 7 pi by 6. Okay. How can we write cos 7 pi by 6? Now you should have an idea. See, cos, see, 18 will come in 6 table, right? So we'll write 18 pi, but we need 17. So we need to subtract 1 pi whole divided by 6, or divided by 6 divided by 6 separately here. So this will be 3 pi. So we finally have 3 pi minus pi by 6. In one of our previous problems, we learned how to write 3 pi. We can write it as 2 pi plus pi minus pi by 6, so that we can cancel this 2 pi, right? So it will be cos pi minus pi by 6. It is 180 minus pi by 6. Okay, at 180 there is no change, so cos will remain cos, so this will be cos pi by 6. Okay, but 180 minus theta will lie in the second quadrant, which means cos is negative, so we'll have a negative sign here. And pi by 6 is equal to how much? 30. So cos 30 is equal to how much? Root 3 by 2 is sin 60, so 2 by root 3. So this will be minus root 3 by 2. Okay, minus root 3 divided by 2. Okay, let us simplify this now. See, 2 and 2, root 3 cancel. In the numerator we have minus 1, and minus minus will become plus. Okay, root 2 root 3 divided by 2. Okay, if you rationalize this, this will be minus 1 by, see, root 2 into root 2 is 2 multiplied by root 3 divided by 2 root 2. So 2 will get cancelled, right? So this will become reciprocal. It will be minus 2 divided by minus 2 minus root 2 divided by root 3. Okay, yes, this is the answer for this question. Okay, let us solve this. If tan 20 degrees is equal to P, then prove that tan 610 plus tan 700 divided by tan 560 minus tan 470 is equal to 1 minus P square by 1 plus P square. Very important question. Okay, tan 20 is equal to P given. Okay, which means we need to write all these tan values, these 4 tan values, in terms of 20 degrees. How can we do that? See, 610. See, one circle up to 360 degrees is 0 degrees only, right? So we can omit 360, we can cancel 360 degrees from each term here. From here 360, from here 360, from here 360, from here 360, right? Okay. If we subtract 360 from 610, see what will be the result? What do we get here? 11, 5, and here it will be 250. 5 minus 3, 250, right? Okay. Now, so this will be tan 360 plus 250. We can write 610 as like this. Plus tan 720 minus 20, right? 700, we are writing it as 720 because 720 is a multiple of 360. One circle, 2 circles will give us 720. So we can remove this 720, right? Okay, divided by 560. Tan 560 we can write it as 360 plus 200. Okay, and minus tan 360 plus 110. I hope this is clear. We wrote everything as 360 and here 2 into 360, 360 and 360. Okay, to cancel out this. And this will be tan 250 plus tan minus 20. Tan minus 20 is minus tan 20 because tan minus theta is minus tan theta, right? Divided by tan 200 minus tan 110. Sorry, this is okay. It was plus, right? So yes, everything is correct. Now let us simplify what is tan 250. Tan 250 we can write it as tan 270 minus 20 because see tan 20 is equal to P given. So we need to write every tan value in terms of P. We got this tan 700 as minus tan 20. Okay. Now at 270 value will change, ratio will change. So tan will become cot, it will be cot 20. What will be the sign now? 270 minus theta will lie in the third quadrant and tan is positive, so this will be positive. Okay, but cot 20 we got, it is given that tan 20 is P. So the reciprocal will be cot 20 and it will be 1 by p, right? Okay, so this cot 20 will be 1 by p. How? See, cot 120 is same as 1 by tan 20. So this is 1 by tan 20 is p given. So cot 20 will be equal to 1 by p. Okay. So tan 250 is equal to how much? It is equal to 1 by p. Okay. So tan 250, let us write 1 by p minus tan 20 is p given, right? So let us write p here minus, let us simplify tan 200. Tan 200 is 180 plus 20. Okay. 180 plus 20. At 180 plus 20. At 180 there is no change. So tan will remain tan only. So we'll have tan 20. But what about the sign? 180 plus 20 will lie in the third quadrant. So this will be positive. So we'll have p here. Tan 200 is equal to p. Tan 20 is p given, right? So this is equal to p. Okay. Is it correct? Tan 200, right? Tan 200 is 120. Okay. What is tan 110? Tan 110 we can write it as 90 plus 20. Okay. So tan 90, at 90 the ratio will change. So this will become cot 20. Okay. What about the sign? 90 plus theta is in the second quadrant, so this will be negative. So we have minus cot 20 is 1 by p. Just now we got it. So this is minus 1 by p. So this is minus 1 by p. Minus of minus will become plus. Okay. Now see, we will get this part 1 minus p square by 1 plus p square. See, the numerator is 1 by p minus p. So can we write it like this? Yes. Denominators are different. 1 into p is p. Cross multiply the numbers. 1 into 1, 1 minus p into p is p square. So the numerator is 1 minus p square divided by p whole divided by this one now. Can we write it as p by 1? Yes. P by 1 plus 1 by p. 1 into p is p. Cross multiply p into p square plus 1 into 1 is 1. So this will be p square plus 1 divided by p. This p and this p will get cancelled. We'll have 1 minus p square divided by p square plus 1 or 1 plus p square. Okay. We proved that this is equal to 1 minus p square by 1 plus p square. Okay. We have an interesting question here. If alpha and beta are complementary angles, what are complementary angles? Complementary angles are angles whose sum is 90 degrees, right? Okay. So alpha beta are complementary angles such that b sine alpha is equal to a. So we can write sine alpha as a by b. This b goes to the denominator, right? Sine alpha is a by b. Then find the value of this. Okay. We have sine alpha. We need to find cos beta, cos alpha and sine beta and substitute it here. Okay. Now alpha plus beta is 90 degrees because it is clearly mentioned alpha and beta are complementary angles, right? So can we write alpha as 90 minus beta? Yes. Okay. So if we apply sine on both sides, it will be like this. Sine alpha is equal to sine 90 minus beta. Okay. So it will be sine alpha is equal to sine 90 minus theta is cos theta, right? So this will be cos beta now. Okay, but what is sine alpha? Sine alpha is a by b. So a by b is cos beta. So cos beta also we got now. We got sine alpha and cos beta. This is also done. Let us get cos alpha. How should we get cos alpha value from sine alpha? Okay, we have an identity sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1, right? We can draw a right angle triangle and simplify also, we'll get the same answer, but this will be easier. So see, if you want to find the value of cos square alpha, it is 1 minus sine square alpha, right? So this is 1 minus sine square alpha. Sine alpha is a by b. So sine square alpha will be a square by b square. Okay. So we can write 1 as 1 by 1. So if you simplify, this will be b square minus a square. Okay, but this is cos square, so square goes on the other side, becomes root. Alright, so we have cos alpha is equal to b square minus a square divided by b square. Okay, so three terms we got. Let us find sine beta. Okay, sine beta we will find from cos beta. See, cos square beta or sine square beta plus cos square beta is 1, right? We are finding sine square beta, so let's send cos square beta on the other side. So 1 minus cos square beta, it is a by b. Cos beta is a by b, cos square beta will be a square divided by b square, and it is sine beta, sine square beta. So if you simplify, this will be b square in the denominator, b square minus a square, and this square goes on the other side, becomes root, right? Okay, we have all four values now. Sine alpha is a by 2. Let us write it. Sine alpha is a by 2 multiplied by cos beta is also a by 2. Sorry, a by b. A by b multiplied by a by b minus cos alpha, b square minus a square divided by b square multiplied by cos sine beta is also same, b square minus a square by b square. Okay, let us write it. This is also same, b square minus a square by b square inside the root. A into a is a square, b into b is b square minus, see, this is twice, right? Okay, so we can write it once. I hope you understood. See, it is like root 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3, right? So this two roots are given, we can write it once. Okay, now this is a square. See, denominators are same, so we can write it one time. Okay, now numerators a square minus b square minus a square. Okay, now if you remove the brackets, a square minus b square, this will be plus, minus into minus plus. So this will be 2a square minus b square divided by b square. Okay, this is the value of this. Alright. We have this question. See, third problem, first and second bit I have simplified, I have solved it in the previous videos. So let us solve the third bit. If A, B, C are angles of cyclic quadrilateral. Now what is a cyclic quadrilateral? See, if we have a circle, okay, the vertices of this quadrilateral will lie on the circle. Okay, if we join these points, a quadrilateral is formed, right? So such quadrilateral is called as a cyclic quadrilateral. Now, one property of this quadrilateral is the opposite angles, the sum of the opposite angles will be 180 degrees. Okay, so ABCD are angles of a quadrilateral, cyclic quadrilateral. If you take this as ABCD, angle A plus angle C, that is A plus C will be 180 degrees and B plus D will be 180 degrees. Okay, alright, we'll use this property. Okay, so ABCD are angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. Prove that sine A minus sine C is equal to sine D minus sine B, and we need to prove the second bit, cos A plus cos B plus cos C plus cos D is equal to 0. Okay, this is also an important question. Now sine, see, A plus C is 180, we need sine A, so that means let us send C on the other side. So this will be 180 minus C, apply sine on both sides, 180 minus C. Okay, so what is sine A now? Sine 180, at 180 there is no change, so sine will remain sine, so this will be sine C. 180 minus C, so minus C, 180 minus C, 180 minus something, right? It lies in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine is positive, so this will be positive. So we have sine A and sine C both equal. Alright, so these two are equal. So sin A minus sin C, if they are equal, it will be equal to 0, right? Let us find out. Now see sin D and sin B now. B plus D is 180, right? Can we write B as 180 minus D and apply sin on both sides? Yes. In the same way, we'll have sin B is equal to sin D. Okay, let us substitute it here. What is LHS? LHS is sin A minus sin C, which means sin A minus sin C is also sin A. So let us write sin A. This will be equal to 0. What about RHS? RHS is sin D minus sin B. Okay, sin D minus sin B is again sin D. So this will also be equal to 0, right? So we have LHS, RHS both equal, which means sin A minus sin C should be equal to sin D minus sin B. We have proved the first bit, right? This problem A is done. Alright. Let us solve problem number B. Cos A. So A 180 minus C, apply cos on both sides. Now it will be cos 180 minus C. We are applying cos now because we need cos A. Okay. Alright. At 180 there is no change, so cos 180 minus C will remain cos C only. But what about the sign? Cos 180 minus C will lie in the second quadrant and cos is negative. So we have cos A is equal to minus cos C. Okay, this one. Let us write B as 180 minus D. Apply cos on both sides. We'll have cos 180 minus D is equal to cos B. Okay. Similarly, cos B will be equal to minus cos D, like we got here. Let us substitute it here. What is cos A? Cos A is minus cos C plus cos B is how much? Minus cos D. So minus cos D plus cos C plus cos D. So cos C 0 minus cos D plus cos D 0. Answer is equal to 0. Okay. Okay. This will be the last problem in this video. See, fourth problem, first and second bit, I have solved it in the previous videos, okay? Because the concepts were same, which I taught in the previous video. Okay, let us solve this. If tan square theta is 1 minus e square, show that secant plus tan cube theta multiplied by cosecant is this much. Okay. See, we have an identity. What is that identity? Secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1, right? So if you send tan on the other side, it will become secant square is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. But what is tan square theta given? It is 1 minus e square, right? So can we write secant square as 1 plus 1, 2 minus e square? Secant square theta is 2 minus e square. Okay, let us utilize that. I'll drop this and write secant square theta is 2 minus e square. Okay. Alright. What do we need? We need to find this value. Okay. We need to find secant plus tan cube multiplied by cosecant theta. Okay. First let us simplify this and write. See, we have secant theta plus tan cube. So can we write it as sine cube divided by cos cube? Yes. And cosecant, let us write it as 1 by sine. Okay. So one sign will get cancelled, right? So let us write square here and let us remove this sign because one sign will get cancelled. Okay. See, can we write cos cube as cos square here and here like this? Because cos cube theta is same as cos square theta multiplied by cos theta, right? Okay. So what is this part? This part is tan square. So we have secant plus tan square theta multiplied by 1 by cos is secant again, right? Okay, can we take secant common from this? Yes. So 1 plus tan square theta will come. See, what is 1 plus tan square theta? Just now we saw it, an identity. Secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So tan goes on the other side. Secant square will be 1 plus tan square theta. So this 1 plus tan square theta is in fact equal to how much? Secant square theta. So finally we'll have secant cube theta. Secant square multiplied by secant is secant cube theta. Okay. Alright. So this whole part, this LHS part is equal to how much? It is equal to secant cube theta. But we have secant square theta as 2 minus e square. How can we write cube? See, how can we write secant cube? Let us write it like this. Secant square multiplied by secant theta. Okay. Secant square, let us write 2 minus e square. How can we write secant now? See, square goes on the other side, becomes root. So let us write that secant 2 minus e square. Okay. So this is 2 minus e square power 1. See, this whole power 1 multiplied by 2 minus e square. Okay. What is this now? 1 by 2. This square root we can write it as 1 by 2, right? Now, see, it is like x power 1 multiplied by x power 1 by 2. Bases are same, power should be added. So 1 plus 1 by 2, right? So what is 1 plus 1 by 2? So it will be 2, 2 plus 1, 3 by 2. Okay. So it will be 2 minus e square power 3 by 2. Bases are same and they are being multiplied. We need to add the powers. 1 plus 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2. So this whole part, this LHS is equal to how much now? 2 minus e square power 3 by 2. Okay. I hope this is clear. In the next video, we will solve exercise 6A, third Roman problems. Okay.